Subhendu, budget has less to do with policy making. Yet, some signals might be required this time as the economy has slowed down unexpectedly. One good development is fiscal deficit for 2024-25 is expected to be lower than projected levels. However, on the flip side, it might come on less expenditure. I was just looking at the list. Many of the PLI expenditures which are projected were not affected, which may not be, it can happen, but in the end, it is impacting growth. In our last discussion, that was on December 23, we discussed why RBI should separate inflation and interest. Do you think we should also give a similar advice to the Narendra Modi government? Their fiscal prudence has come at the cost of growth momentum. Over to you.
Yeah, Pratim, you're absolutely on the dot. I think whether we see this, yesterday's that particular news item, that whether within the limit of our fiscal deficit, but it came with a very worrisome kind of points. Why it is not because of the better income or better GDP, is because of the less expenditure. Instead of 11 lakh crore, I think we'll be making something around 9.5 to 10 lakh crore, which is about 10% less than our target. So, which is not a good indication. Maybe last year it was election year, so there was a sluggish. I think we discussed last podcast also that that particular government expenditure has been very sluggish, which has affected the growth. And so when we say the interest rate issue, which is with the Reserve Bank of India, we should also look into this particular thing, that whenever international market was always in doldrum, India survived because of our domestic expenditure and domestic demand. And somehow this time we have not been able to create that. So we are in a very worrisome situation. If you look at that, I think you see the share market has come down, FPI investment has gone up, dollar has gone almost to 86.50. We have growth coming down. So I think all that has one of the reasons which I think is that if expenditure in the government is not there, so indication to the investors are not positive as such for putting money in India. And look, because the dollar is going this way, and because investment has not happened and growth has not happened, RBI has a very lower room for interest rate cut. You have to look into that angle also, because the dollar goes to 86.50 and a cut interest rate, then there may be a problem there. So I think we have to, government has to act right now more than the RBI, and start giving at least indication that they are going to go for a whole hog on the expenditure and on the growth. That's a very important part of it. And I at the same time, I also believe, like last time, because our share market was doing so well, so they have gone for such changes of the capital interest, capital gains tax. I think they should relook into that. They need some boost. The boost is very essential at this moment for this country, and the government needs to do fast. I think that's what I believe.
I do agree. Although I have a slightly different take on the market. The market has been highly overvalued, so some correction has actually helped it. It is still very overvalued. And Indian investors have not seen any bear run for pretty long. So they are a little nervous, but obviously we should promote. I mean, at this moment, the sentiments are to be improved. And
Yes.
and you're
Yeah,
right.
on the overvalued, I have a point as such. Yes, it was overvalued. There's a lot of discussions on that, but it has also affected that lack of the government expenditure, and interest rate at the higher side, that gave a wrong impression, and also the sudden change in the capital gains tax, that did not serve a purpose as such on that overvalued market. This is what I would say. And so much money has gone out of the country, FPI's money, which is very crucial. I mean, I think last month itself 42,000 crore, which is quite a large amount of money which has gone out. It is going out for last couple of months, and other countries are, other economies, especially US, is expected to do well. So we need to also take care of our own this thing interest as such, I believe.
Right. There is one problem. I mean, do you think that the government has become extremely status quoist, and particularly the finance ministry? I mean, pardon, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, but you are looking pretty bureaucratic. I mean, I can't get rid of that explanation or lack of explanation on putting different GST rates for different popcorns,
Yes.
different types of popcorns. And the finance minister has been doing it in a kind of very matter of factly manner, which was unacceptable. She must know that she is saying something which is unacceptable to us. So I mean, the way it is happening is that the government is, it was a pro reforms, a very forward looking government, very positive, robust. Somewhere, do you believe those sentiments are lacking?
You were very right, Pratim. Actually, see, especially market or economy, the sentiment is a very important part of it. So those changes are very minor. That has no financial effect. But I mean, it looks like the government is more focused on those kind of complications. In fact, we always thought these are the things we're going to simplify our structure, whether it's a interest, whether it's a capital gain structure or a GST or everything. But unfortunately, looks like we're making it very very cumbersome. I think we are moving more into the calculation part of be given by the bureaucrats. We are not looking into the larger picture. I think bureaucrats also need to understand that the larger picture needs to be seen. They should not look into this mathematical thing. Then how do I increase 5% to 10% and how much money I get and don't get? The question is not how much money you get from these income, whether it's income tax or something. The growth will actually give a huge amount of income to the government and the economy. This is what they should look into. This they don't they are looking into absolutely as if the whole market will be like this, income will be like this, and how much I can get, and if I don't take a tax like that, how much I lose, how much I gain. This is absolute mathematical. So there's a lack of, I would say, that vision which was there in last several years, which was missing, at least. I don't know it is because of the election or whatever, but it's missing in last couple of months. At least we can, it's very obvious, and that has affected the market. We need to appreciate that.